everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. Got some, well, they're not new. I've decided that part of not wearing contacts is that you get to wear glasses. And glasses can be a lot like shoes. At least they are for me. I enjoy having different styles of glasses so that I can wear them for different things when whatever my mood is set for. So these are some old glasses that I had that, I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, my eye doctor had swapped, well, they hadn't actually swapped the lenses. They had made them, I don't know, they were backwards. And he was trying to convince me that it was me trying to get used to new glasses and whatnot. Well, after a year, I decided that they weren't me, they were the glasses. So I went to a different doctor, and the doctor is the one that told me that they had swapped my prescription. So I had these glasses sitting in my drawer for I don't know how long, and I said to myself that I wanted to get them put with new lenses, and I put them in my purse, and I think they sat in there for like a year, maybe even 2. And this weekend, finally, or this past week, we went and traveled and visited my kids and my grandson. And while we were down there, I had them done. So I like these glasses a lot. Anyway, oh, and something else is the Pandora bracelets that I had one that was given to me by my kids for Christmas. And when I was in Las Vegas, I think, was it Las Vegas? I don't remember. Maybe Leadership. I wore my bracelet while I was in a saltwater pool, and it oxidized, which means it was black, like black. And I was so sad. And also, while we were down south, I brought it with me, and I brought it to a Pandora shop and asked them if it was even possible to be cleaned, and they said they would try. I had bought another one because I was so sad. But look, there's the new one and the old one side by side, and you really can't tell the difference. Pretty exciting. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about smoking. So, you hear it, right? It will be 6 months on May 2nd that I've quit smoking. Yay! And I'm going to be very, very honest. So, here's some things that I wanted to share with anybody that might be considering stopping, as well as somebody who might be with somebody that's thinking about stopping. Okay, so the first week when I made the decision, I picked a date. I picked a quit date, and I think that was probably one of the best things that I could have done for myself, because it allowed me to psych myself up for it. It allowed me to get prepared mentally for it. It allowed me physically to get prepared for it, because I was obviously smoking at the time. So, you know, trying to get my last cigarette smoked and that the night before and that sort of thing. I did not have any patches. And I did not, in my mind, I wasn't going to use anything to help me. So this is the truth, and this is what happened. And if you followed some of those operations, smoke free or whatever that I had before, then you kind of know this already. So day one was a little tough. First of all, it takes 3 to 5 days for the nicotine to exit your system. So once you start quitting, in other words, once you stop smoking, that day, your body is starting to eliminate the nicotine out of your body. So, I mean, part of what is happening is you're craving the nicotine that is being expelled automatically. And you're also craving the habit of doing it, right? So it's a new routine for you. So one of the things that I had been told is find something to replace the smoking, like doing something during that time or whatever. So one of the things that I had used was drinking tea. I enjoyed tea. It was a little bit, I didn't drink all kinds of tea before, but when I quit, I did. So day 1 was a little tough. Day 2 was a little tough. And a couple of those days, I had an e-pen or an e-cig. And I think the first day I did, like 4 or 5 drags off of the e-cig. And that was at night. Day 2, I had a couple drags. Day 3, I think I tried to go without anything. And during the day, it wasn't an issue for me. I was keeping myself busy with work and, doing something and going places and whatever that I did not even crave. There were moments that I was like, oh, I should be having a cigarette right now. But it was the nighttime. Nighttime for me was the worst. And then I realized in the second week that it really was about creating new habits, and the mindset, making sure that you can get past that craving, because once you're past the first week, there's no more nicotine that you're craving. You're not craving nicotine. You're not craving a drug. You're not craving that. You're craving the habit that you had created while smoking, whether it was after you ate or during a coffee break, or while you were driving, or after sex, or, all of those things that we create habits that we have to have a cigarette when you're drinking. A lot of people smoke while they're drinking. So it was a matter of finding a new habit for me to replace it. And so the first week at night, what I found is I had created a really big ingrained habit that I didn't realize. And that was right before bed. Like if I was doing something, watching TV on the computer, whatever it was, right before bed, I would know that it was time to, and this is a little OCD as well, and I understand that. But I have tendencies of OCD. So I would go outside, I would have 2 cigarettes, one right after the other, and I would come in and go straight to bed. If there was an interruption, in other words, if there was something that happened from when I stopped smoking to bed, I had to go back out and have another cigarette to complete the cycle or the series or whatever you want to call it. So that was a pretty ingrained habit. And I didn't realize that I had it until I didn't do it anymore. So I tried to do that with tea. I would go outside, I'd drink my tea, and then I'd come in. And I would have to force myself, because I really felt there was this in an inner feeling of feeling like something was missing, like I was forgetting to do something. That's how ingrained this habit was. And so for the first couple weeks, it was really, really tough to retrain that habit of going to bed. To the point where I would just kind of sit at the computer and be like, oh my God, and I would kind of get restless and an uneasy feeling of not knowing what I was doing or what I was supposed to be doing. I would drink the tea, and eventually, right, it takes 21 days to form a habit. It also takes 21 days to break a habit. Eventually, by that 3rd week, I didn't even have to go outside to have my tea. I could just drink my tea at my desk or in front of the TV, and then I would get up and go to bed. And it still feels a little odd. Even after 6 months, it still feels a little odd for me to just get up and go to bed and not have something that I'm supposed to have done before I do that. There are times that I'm like, oh, okay, and it's not that I'm craving the cigarettes, it's the habit. It had nothing to do with the cigarettes. It had all to do with the habit. So habits are hard to break unless you are determined to break them. So that's the deal. They can be broken. So I can honestly say that now that piece of it is gone, now that I have the ability to just go to bed, there have been some fleeting moments that I feel, like, especially when I'm driving, that I feel like, oh, I should be having a cigarette right now. And it goes past very quickly, because I'll say something like, Edie, non-smokers don't have cravings for cigarettes. And it works. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys really quick about how my smoke-free operation, or Operation Smoke-Free, is going. I am going on 6 months. I'm very proud of that. My kids are very proud, and that's a good feeling that your kids are proud of you about something. I will say that my sinuses are really screwed up since. Do I feel better? Yeah, I mean, I notice a bit of a difference as far as my breathing and that sort of thing, but I've had such sinus issues that it's been hard to tell if I'm better or not. But I'm told that everybody deals with it differently, but I'm told that sinus issues for the first year can actually occur. And that's okay. I'd rather have that, knowing that I'm clearing out. That's the knowledge that I have, is whatever's happening is because I'm clearing out. 25, 26 years of yuckiness. So, I hope that this inspires people to quit smoking. I know that there's a few people that have reached out to me and said that they are quitting smoking, and that is such a blessing. I love hearing that. So if you plan on doing that, and it's because of the videos that you've watched with me, let me know. You know, that's an encouragement for me too, that I'm actually helping others. All right? Have an amazing day, everybody. Bye.